I'm presenting about tuberculosis, primarily pulmonary tuberculosis. Well, did you know that 1/3 of the world's population is infected with tuberculosis? And it's going down right now, but the problem they're having is the strain of the bacteria that's multi-drug resistant, and it's harder to treat. So that's what they're like the World Health Organization, which is the WHO, is emphasizing on detection and treatment of TB. Well, what is tuberculosis? Well, here it explains the shape and all the stuff of tuberculosis, but it is an infectious disease caused by the Mycobacterium tuberculosis, and it's often called TB for short. And it usually affects the lungs, but it can affect other organs of the body, like the spine. And how is it spread and contracted? It's an airborne disease, so it's mainly like coughing and the droplets, and it's just like HIV. You can't get it from just shaking your hand, touching the tables, using the same utensils. And once you're infected with it, it can be latent, or it can develop into the TB disease. The latent disease is when the body fights off the infection, and it gets stored in the body. While the TB disease is actually when the bacteria has already spread and multiplied throughout the body. The difference is that the latent TB is asymptomatic, meaning no signs, while the TB disease, you have those active signs. And the other difference is the person is infectious, while the TB disease is infectious, and the latent TB is not infectious. Well, the signs and symptoms are persistent cough that's lasting for three weeks, fever, unusual weight loss, coughing up blood, have blood in their sputum, night sweats, and chills. How is TB diagnosed? It's diagnosed through different ways. The first one is the skin test, which is called the Mantoux TB skin test, where they inject tuberculin intradermally, and it will produce a little wheal, and usually 48 to 72 hours, you come back, and a trained healthcare professional will read your the results. It can yield like positive or negative, but the trained healthcare professional will be able to tell you the truth. This is a true story. I've had a BCG before, so every time, like the first time I went, it was negative, but the second time my TB test was positive. It was huge. So they had to ask me questions whether if I've had the vaccine before, or where I've been if I was out of town. Then once you get this the Mantoux skin test, and if it's positive, usually they'll refer you to a chest X-ray, and then after the chest X-ray, they'll refer you to the blood tests, which are the quantiferon and the TB skin test. And this is a true story. Every time I go, I have to get a chest X-ray, but then since I have what do you call that, a tumor in my right lung, they always assume that I have TB. And I'm like, look at me, do I look like I have TB? Am I coughing? I'm fat, usually people with TB are skinny. And then the last time I had to get a quantiferon test just to make sure that, the tumor in my lung is not actual TB, but. And what is the treatment, or several treatments. There are several different drugs. I mentioned there, it's I actually misspelled it, sorry. The isoniazid, the rifampin, the rifampicin, and the pyrazinamide. there's like, I didn't put the actual regimen because it's really long and like specific drug. So if you wanna like look up the regimen on, you know, how TB is treated, you can go to www.cdc.com or the www.who.int. Well, importance of adherence to treatment. It is really important to take the drug as prescribed, because if you take the drug too soon, you know, the disease can come back and you can be sick again. And if you don't take the actual treatment, the duration, that can develop into the multi-drug resistant bacteria, which is now a big problem all over the world. Well, prevention for the TB. Who was talking about taking to detect the bacteria so that it can, you know, if they have latent TB, they want the people to get treated so that they don't have, you know, it won't progress to the disease. And traveling abroad, you have to be, you know, aware about your surroundings, like people having, like, you know, cough. You have to protect yourself with that, wearing masks. And like he said, vaccination is another one, BCG, but from what I read, it says that it's better for children and rather than adults. It doesn't really, you know, help the adults. And then identifying the people that have TB and their contacts so they can get tested, get treated. Well, you know, TB is such a serious disease that we, you know, like what I said before, that, you know, the people need to get tested all the time so that we can identify the high-risk people, and then they can be treated, and it prevents the spread of this disease. And that's it. Any questions?
I get those TB tests done a lot because of my job. Why is it that every time that they do the Band-Aid right afterwards that it itches and swells up?
It's just part of like the like what you know, what the doctor told me. It's just a reaction to the tuberculin that goes in your body.
It's only when they put that Band-Aid on, because now I get it done. Like just as soon as he puts it on, they take it off.
Well, usually they don't tell you not to put the Band-Aid on though, because they don't want you to you know, it's gonna get irritated and cause a false positive.
I read to the doctor, it's always because when I go back and he's like, oh, it looks kind of bad. I'm like, no, it's because you put that Band-Aid on. But now I take it off as soon. It's normal.
Yeah, because like sometimes when I get those, I itch it like during my sleep, and I come out, I'm like, oh my God, it's big. They're gonna think I'm, you know, positive.